Yeah. So
Yeah.
Ben Seghir did this celebration. Like he basically like put a joint in his mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
he put a joint and cut away from him so fast. I was like,
Somebody
"No,
else
y'all don't see it." Yeah. It was too late.
you know what's the fun?
Go
I
on,
was gonna
Tosin.
say the funniest thing for me in football is realizing that there's like YNs in every country, and it makes me laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the weekend review. The gang is here. Everyone is back. Coach is with me. Dean's with me. Fellas, it's so good to be around my brothers. How's everyone doing? Everyone's good?
We're doing good. We're still cold, but we're doing good.
And not complain. Happy to be back.
I'm very happy to have you back. We're going to start off in Serie A. We're going to go to the land of Italians. We're going to talk about the Derby d'Italia. Juventus hosted Inter, and Juventus beat them 1-0. The first half was very eventful. A lot of misses, especially from Inter and Lautaro. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Coach is doing a victory lap right now. Don't worry. I got you later on. Who do you think was man of the match, Dean? Probably De Gorio, right?
Yeah, I'd say Juve's goalkeeper made some really good saves. If it wasn't him, it was Denzel Dumfries, who somehow became my con without the end product in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, the story for me ultimately is that Inter were just not. I mean, it's interesting because my other team, the team I truly care about, that gives me nightmares, is currently going through a striking crisis. There are no recognized strikers on the team. And I'm looking at Inter with 4 recognized strikers in Lautaro, Marcus Thuram, Mehdi Taremi, who is cooked, by the way. That boy cannot run.
Yeah.
And Marko Arnautovic, who was cooked back when he was a Nazi. But, let's not get into all that. And these motherfuckers created chance after chance after chance and could not convert. So really, at the end of the day, what label you put on a player doesn't really matter. You just need them to do the job when the moment comes. And in Sergio Conceição, Juve had a guy. And in those 4 people I mentioned, Inter had nobody. So that was the game.
I really do love the fact that Dusan Vlahovic got benched by a black man. Shout out to Rando Colomwani, who has taken Serie A by storm. He has been impressive for them in every match he's played. He has been great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know who he looks like, actually? And they couldn't get out my head today. He looks like Kabi Lame. You know the TikTok dude that does that?
Yeah. Isn't he? He's Italian as well, funny enough.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But they all niggas,
But yeah, he's been fantastic. This probably wasn't one of his better games, but in the moment that mattered, I mean, the way he set that goal up, guys, he was dancing. Like I'm not gonna say I didn't know he had that in him. I knew that, but it's just been a while since we've seen it consistently. And yeah, for his overall performance in the game to pull that out in a moment that really mattered, all due respect. I know we used to have some really vaguely derogatory nicknames for that guy, but I think he's found his level, guys. I think he's found his level. He's going to be in Serie A. Like Juve, based on the way he's performed since he got there, I can't see them not pushing out the boat to buy him permanently.
Yeah, sure.
I think also was the fact that they're absolutely selling Vlahovic as well. So, and it just makes sense for them to. It makes sense for them to have the ready-made replacement. That's what big clubs usually do. They normally have the guy taking your job there while you still have it, basically. But my main takeaway from this game is I absolutely wanted Inter to win today, and if possible for Thuram and Lautaro to not to contribute. And I got 50% of the way there. But what really stung today was more than anything is that bitch's son scoring the winner. More than anything, that's what really done my head in. Like of all people, but it is what it is. I really dislike him and his son.
Well, the good thing about it is that his son's actions have no impact on his father's job prospects. Like, it doesn't matter. Milan are so far behind everyone else. It's whatever.
The one thing that I did love about this game was the commentator was mentioning how, what's it called there? Lilian Thuram watching both of his sons. Yeah. Like, that's so adorable.
Yeah. I mean, I think in that moment there, like, when the camera panned to him, I think he realized, like, damn, Marcus really sucks, man.
Honestly, that's not what I saw in his eyes when I saw that thing. I thought he was thinking to himself, like, damn, I really bust some amazing nuts, man. This is crazy. It's like, damn, I really, like, out of these balls, 2 Serie A players for 2 of the best. Oh my God, I need to make more babies.
Yo, what's it called? Grow out a beard too, Marcus.
Yeah. He's growing out his hair, in fact, to be fair.
Well, that should help with the finishing.
Hopefully, yeah.
Lazio 2, Napoli. Wait, hold on. Tim Weah and Weston, by the way, give them their plaudits. I don't know what got into Weston McKennie. No, but listen, I don't know why Weston McKennie's been a lot better. He's been a lot better this season.
I'm not questioning the quality of the players. I'm just saying no props today. They didn't do shit. Okay, they should have lost this game. They ain't do nothing, man.
I will say
he did slide tackle Taremi though. Remember when? But Taremi,
I just told you that nigga was cooked. What are we talking about here, man? Maybe next week we can give them credit. Not this week. They didn't do shit.
Okay. So, that first 20 minutes of the second half, I will say that Juve's upturn in form there with the high press and stuff. The Yanks, helped with that. That's what I'll give them credit for. But outside of that, I'm never going to give Yanks credit for shit, man. But but for real.
Niggas was out there pressing like JD Vance in Europe and shit, man. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck on that shit.
Lazio and Napoli was 2-2. I personally had stock in this game because I could not have Napoli win the title. I don't want to see it. Anybody but Napoli this season. That just don't want it. I don't want United fans to talk. Anyways.
That's fair enough.
It's too late, brother. It's too late.
Oh, we're gonna talk. Bundesliga scored a very good finish at the end. But yeah, it was deserved. Zaccagni's bicycle kick was taken away. Should have just counted for style points.
Yeah. So flipping good. So flipping good.
Not to open a probably dead debate, but I just feel as if we have technology that allows us to disallow shit like that, then the technology isn't working for us, man. I don't care. That should count. Like the human eyes don't need to see how close that was. That should count. That was beautiful.
In fact, count for 2.
I say it all. No, legit. I say it all the time. Like when the goal was that good, I'm sorry. You could commit a heinous crime like on the pitch. The goal still got to stand. Those are the rules that I want to see.
Like Marcos Alonso and Hector Bellerin.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Or
his second attempt at homicide, by the way.
It wasn't the first. The first one wasn't attempted. It went through.
He's no Griselda on that one. That was pure Wu-Tang.
Yeah, he was absolute. Yeah, he's about 50% from the field in regards to attempted murders. So, yeah.
I don't know, man. If you shoot in 50% on murders,
you did. You're
a real killer, bro. You're a killer, man. Like shout out you, nigga. Damn.
Gustav Ixerson. I can't even say his name. He scored a goal last week too. Remember we talked about it. Yeah, so he did well. So good goal. Shout out to him.
No, seriously, it was probably my goal of the Serie A weekend because anybody hitting the ball like that, you should probably be under investigation.
Another murder.
Yes, man. He smacked the hell out of that.
Milan hosted Verona in their off-white kits. I don't know what to make of them. Whatever.
Well, I mean, lucky bastards because they actually scored because the only other goal they scored was offside. So I was about to hit them with that. They wore the off-white kits, but the goal was offside. Unfortunately, it's just an aborted joke at this point. But I don't like those kits is what I want to say, really. It's just too much going on. Like the idea, I love the quotes on the names, fonts, but they just pick weird colors. Like what Milan got to do with green and red and like what's going on, man?
Pan-Africanism in it. Because of, I guess.
Berlusconi didn't die for this. Sorry, please.
No, for I don't know what I'm supposed to feel with those kits, but I do feel like it gets to a point where we have to start being a bit sensible. This is utter woke nonsense, guys. Like, there's too much fashion in this shit, man. Kits should just be like Milan should traditionally only play in their red and white stripes. So red and black stripes, white and red away kit, or black and red away kit, and that's it. I don't want to see any more of this.
And preferably, to be real specific about it, when they wear that home kit, we need the white shorts.
Yeah, 100%.
The black shorts are for Inter, so 100%. They wear the white.
100%, 110%, and the white socks should be worn like maybe once every 10 years.
You know what Milan did last week that really pissed me off? They wore olive kits with pink socks. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? What are we doing? It's
utter woke nonsense, guys. Like, we need to stop this, man.
It's like they pick their kits based on what Theo Hernandez does with his hair every week.
Yeah.
Like, it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is, but it just looks ridiculous. I'm not sure.
Santi Jimenez scored. His fantastic start continues. Last week, I'm not sure if I pointed this out, but Christian Pulisic speaks fluent Italian because his grandmother is Italian. So when Christian was speaking to the reporter in fluent Italian, Santi looked at him and said, "Wait, what?" And he was like, confused. It's like, this gringo knows how to speak. It's like, yeah, Christian speaks Spanish and Italian, bro.
So it's probably in shock because he's seen all the fucking Punisher logos on his luggage and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I thought this motherfucker was trying to get my people deported, but he actually speaks the Mira.
Yeah.
Like, this don't tread on me, head ass nigga. Yeah. Anyways, Atalanta hosted Cagliari, and that was 0-0.
Real quick before we move on, Santi Jimenez, like real smooth, like Kolumwani, but not as saucy.
Yeah.
Do we actually rate him? Is he like a good player?
I think the jury's a little bit still out for me because I still have this weird stigma about players from the Dutch league, especially attackers. Like generally, especially attackers. In fact, only attackers. Defenders and midfielders that come from the Dutch league tend to be okay. They tend to be quite good, but over the years, I'm just like, what, Luis Suarez?
He would have been good anywhere, though.
Yeah,
he would have been. But he
only went to the Netherlands because he needed to calm down. Like he was too too ready to fight.
Yeah.
So I would say, the last success from that league, I would say it's probably Cody Gakpo. I think he counts as a success.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I'd say, but then Cody Gakpo, and then after Cody Gakpo, again, it's scary. So I'm just like,
it is.
So I'm just like, I don't know, like unless people can correct me, but it's not jumping out at me at all.
Mexico do need a talisman, so shout out to him.
Yeah.
I mean, if America's talisman plays for AC Milan, then he's at the right level too. Then.
Atalanta, maybe Jonathan Davis should go there too. Atalanta Cagliari was 0-0. Gasparini's men, they've taken
run out of gas.
But they did get screwed in the midweek. That penalty call in the Champions League on Hien.
Bullshit, absolute bullshit, man.
That was awful. But they weren't much better in this game. I sat through it, and I really wish I did anything else with my time. It was actually like the one thing you can trust Atalanta for is that the game will be entertaining. They don't even have the energy to run anymore. So it's whatever. Charles D. Krakatoa tried though. He did his best.
Bologna and Torino was 3-2. Elmas is back in Serie A. Shout out to Elmas. Title winning with Napoli. He's back. But the real story of this is Dan and Doy. Dan and Doy went over to Italy and found himself. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, that own goal, we're talking about goals that should count. Own goals like that shouldn't. That's just the most unfortunate shit ever. How
funny on your debut? Like, that's hilarious. Last minute.
But like, how do you? I don't know, man. I just feel like we got to have a code here, man. Like, you got, even as opposition, you got to have a bit of shame. Oh, we don't want that goal.
I mean, they were all consoling him at the end of the game, like, tough break.
Exactly. Like, have some shame about it.
It's like Twitch or something. Like, it doesn't even make. I don't even know what happened. Still, like
the ball was trickling, and it's just like it's hit him like on his instep, and it's just wrong footed the goalkeeper. But have some shame and say, ref, we don't want that. Just can we just not? Like, I can't. I've got to go home to my kids.
No, man. I mean, people are breaking 115 rules and shit. Like, come on, man. We need the money. We need the money. Fuck sportsmanship. We need money.
Oh man.
Parma, they hosted Roma, and Zion Suzuki played solid, but Sule had a wonderful free kick. He needed that goal for his confidence, so shout out to him. Roma got a nice little win. They needed that. Their blue kits are cool. I like their blue kits.
It reminds me a little bit of the Juve ones,
Which
the Trefoil.
Oh, those ones.
Yeah. This year's
That's
kit?
why.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Coach, can we get the standings in Italy before we move on?
Indeed. So Napoli in first, 56 points. Inter second, 54 points. Atalanta third, 51 points. Juve on 46 points in fourth place.
Cool.
That's a good title race, guys.
Yeah.
Tasty.
I mean, Lazio are also on 46 points as well, so it's a good. Can Italy get 5 Champions League places as well?
No, they cannot.
Okay.
England is almost certainly getting this. We don't need to get into it. Like, you can go listen to smarter podcasts for that if you want. But you're getting it.
Let's go to Germany. Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich was 0-0. I watched this game, right? I watched most of this game.
Nah, coach, you bugging. Like,
To be fair, I was watching American Propaganda brought to you by Kevin Feige. So yeah, I didn't get to see this. Like,
like you might have missed out a little bit, coach. Like, it was actually it was a good goalless draw. One of those.
Yeah. Who impressed me the most actually was a defender for Bayern Munich. Actually, it was Ito, their left back. He hasn't played in a while, and he was really good. But yeah. So
did they bring him in as a left back? Really though, I feel like he's a central defender that they just threw out there. You know, so he's like their own version of Tomiyasu, but he actually has legs. You know, which is nice. It's nice to have legs when you play football as your profession. But I'm glad you brought up a defender because for once we actually have to give Bayern's defenders credit, including Manuel Neuer because he had to make some crazy saves in this game.
And you know who else?
Honestly, there were so many moments where I was expecting Upamecano to do something stupid, and he just didn't.
I literally was about to bring his name. I was about to say Deo Upamecano was actually really solid in this game for once in his life. And even Eric Dier was solid himself. So no, it was Kim. Sorry, Eric didn't play. It's Kim. He played last week. But yeah, I mean, listen, Kimmich is playing in midfield. I still don't like it, but whatever, you know.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna they're gonna keep doing that. Is what is. He's probably gonna end up at Real Madrid, and he can actually have to be humbled when they've actually got good midfilders there.
I feel like he was humbled yesterday by Florian Wirtz because they didn't score, but this was a bully, man. I mean, it was basically a one-on-one matchup, and Kimmich cannot get hold of him at any point in this game. Like, he just kept creating. Unfortunately, they didn't finish. I mean, Leverkusen, even if they won this game, I don't think they were going to win the league or defend their title, essentially, but they should have won this game. They really should have won this game. Like, it wasn't Bayern didn't have a shot on goal, guys. This was domination.
So do you think? So are you saying that Alonso's a better coach than Vincent Kompany?
That feels racist, but yes.
Yeah.
It's Black History Month over here, despite what the news is saying. It's still Black History Month.
But Vincent Kompany's half. His half of the month is over, so it's fine.
That's mad racist, bro.
Hey man, I'm fully black. I'll make the rules. Nathan Teller messed them chances, but yeah, man, that boy's cheekbones are sharp as shit.
Yeah,
he almost shattered one fucking running into a post for no reason. Like, bro, we're not gonna feel bad for you for breaking your own face because you missed a chance. Okay, like there was no reason for him to do that. He had, you know what? Just go watch it if you care that much.
Him and Osimhen definitely pursue the same female company. You know that for.
Oh man, niggas need helmets.
Bochum and Dortmund. You know what's actually a rivalry? I mean, a derby.
I thought it was only with Schalke. To be fair,
Schalke are the one fucking it up. It's like a three-way thing, and Schalke are in the second division now, so that's all they got left.
But yeah, the second goal they scored was really good. It's a nice little chip. It's nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
I mean, it's always nice when a nice, big, hefty man like Nicolas Sula assists you for a goal that you didn't deserve to score. That guy's a prick, man. Like, I don't understand how he's a pro footballer. Like, all he does is show up, gain weight, and get embarrassed. I don't understand this shit. Like, can I get a Scott Steiner gif?
I'll be real with you. Dortmund have melded in the Bundesliga because they're probably trying to make another deep run in Champions League this season. Because it's two different teams, guys. Like, it's two different teams that's playing. Like, the chances that Guirassy missed today, he's putting them away midweek, 100%. It's almost like they're tanking, assuming they're gonna get good players, like it's the NBA or something. Like, I don't know.
They saying Presti.
Yeah, like it's just weird. Like they look so out of like ideas and motivation. And the moment the Champions League music starts, they turn to 1970s Brazil.
Hey man, because you get like, I don't know, like $8 million a game for a Champions League win or some shit like that, you know. So yeah, niggas Dortmund have found their new identity. We chase the money. Yeah. We play the money games. We don't fuck around with this league shit. You know, we just gonna be comfortably mid-table.
Next game made Deen sad because Frankfurt beat Holstein Kiel 3-1. They got 3 goals, and Dean's boy Hugo didn't score a single goal. So sad.
Well, that's in this universe. But in the universe I actually reside in, he scored a hat trick.
One game we didn't bring up, Augsburg and Leipzig. I watched this game actually because I had it on simultaneously as the Chelsea game because I'm a hater and I like to see Chelsea lose. And we'll talk about that later. However, Leipzig just looked like they ran out of ideas. They had nothing. They had absolutely nothing going for them. And you know how I know they ran out of ideas? Because Franco Yenka looked good. So there you go. There you go. So let's get the standards in German. Let's get out of here. I smell kebab.
Bayern Munich are first, 55 points. Leverkusen are second, 47. Eintracht Frankfurt, 42 points. Leipzig in fourth on 37. And Freiburg on 36 points. And the Bundesliga, every team below fifth place gets relegated.
Even mine's. Real Madrid traveled to Osasuna and it was 1-1. Mbappe converted his chance. Really good goal. Mm-hmm. And then more refereeing controversies for Real Madrid. Mm-hmm. I think the funniest part about this is Jude Bellingham trying to explain and Carlo trying to explain it too. Mm-hmm. Carlo's like, there's a difference between fuck you and fuck off.
Yeah.
And
no, go on.
I was gonna say, like, the referee should give him a little bit of grace. Jude's dad is a white policeman from Birmingham. Fuck off is just a thing that they've said since they were kids. You know,
depending on the tone you say fuck off, it could be a term of endearment. It could be a term of disbelief. It could be a term of what do you call it?
Turmoil.
Turmoil. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
it could be romance, depending on who you're talking to.
So if I say fuck off, like, I don't believe what you're saying. If I say fuck off, I'm like, I've had a long day. You know what I'm saying? Like, the referee's got to understand the context of which it's said.
Okay. Stop right there, you fucking limey fuck. Okay. The referee doesn't have to understand shit. Where are they playing this game? Spain. Where does Jude Bellingham play? Spain. Who's paying? Where is he paying his taxes? Spain. So he's been fucking off at people all fucking season, and the rest are tired of his shit.
Since last season,
the price today. He needs to calm the fuck down.
I'll be real.
Basically, like, it's disgusting.
In my mind, he's done nothing wrong because
I don't care what you think, coach. Like, he needs to behave himself. Like, I know we joke a lot and we give refs a lot of shit, but it's a hard job. Players do not help with this shit. Okay, you can still be the greatest player in the world and be Jude Bellingham without that shit. You know, curse at fucking Vinicius Jr. He missed all the fucking chances.
Yeah, it's true. He did.
Curse at that nigga. Like, leave the refs alone. You know, and he's probably going to have to learn from this because having to explain it afterwards, sounding as sheepish as she did, I'm sure in that moment he realized that it's kind of hard to explain this shit. You know?
Yeah.
And you got Carlo up there, a grandfather, explaining fuck off and fuck you to fucking journalists. Come on, man. Grow the fuck up. Like, you're better than you got this. You don't need that.
Yeah. I feel like Shame is a great teacher. So.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about this? Cristiano Ronaldo had an interview in 2018 literally about this too. Literally about fuck off and fuck you, about the difference.
Well, then that to me suggests that Jude should have learned, because I imagine if he's at that club, then he must like that guy to some extent. He might be aware of that interview as well. I wasn't. But come on, man. Learn from other people's mistakes. Don't make your own. Look at you now. You know, so
But yeah, on the game, guys, this fixture I earmarked like a couple of weeks ago. I figured this is a tough one for Real Madrid. I just felt like after the City game, despite them, you know, it was I wouldn't say a physically drooling game, but an away game after a Champions League game, especially away to City, is always going to be difficult. But I just thought like Osasuna as well is just a tricky matchup anyway. Yeah. And the draw didn't surprise me at all. Like,
but it wasn't fair though. You know, I know we don't do fair in the sport, but Real Madrid, even with Vinicius misses, they probably should not concede the penalty that they get called against them. I thought that was really soft, guys. Like that.
So here's my thinking. Like, those sorts of pens, I feel like I'm more willing to accept than a pen for a handball where you literally just can't get out of it. Like, for example, Marino's handball against Inter, for example. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with you on that. Yeah. I agree with you. It's not about for me, it's not about the degrees of the pen. It's just, come on, man. Like,
I know what you mean.
The striker got the shot off, he missed. And it wasn't the contact, it was a graze, really. You know, like, I mean, I don't know. You think did he really stamp him?
No, I didn't really stamp, but you know, when they do this thing where some weeks they look at it in slow motion and some weeks they don't. And it's just like,
it's weird, man.
What are we doing here?
Like, you gotta look that hard. Just let it go. Like,
coach, what did you say about Milan's kits again?
utter woke nonsense.
And that's what's happening with this referee. Let's move on to Atletico Madrid. They love being a man down. It's like it turns them on to like play. It turns them on for them to be down. Like it's like they got a kink, huh?
Yeah, it's siege mode. Like it's all comes from Simeone.
No, Tosin is saying it's sub mode. Okay.
Oh,
yeah. You know, if you go in a hotel chair, there's a chair in the hotel. He's sitting there, enjoy it. That's their finish.
But I mean, you're right. That does come from the manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this all Diego. That's literally from his brain. Like he's instilled this into them, and it's so funny that he has his son on the team, and his son plays just like he does. Just a sick man. That's what he is.
That must be a great sort of motivational. Not that he needs it, but if your son is on the team running his balls off, you don't got to tell nobody else to run.
No. I will say that just on the red card though, I get why he's upgraded it to a red, but I always feel like the first 6 minutes, like, let's be a bit smarter here, man. Like,
why are you? What is wrong? Why are you so British today, man?
I'm just
repping shit. Like, come on, man, you hate the refs. Like,
I know, but I just, do you know, the tackle? Don't remember, it's a bad tackle. And it does look bad.
Bad tackle.
But you know what? I think. You know what I think as well. It's just like, okay, he's missed. But was he out of control? Because I feel like my biggest issue is when you're out of control, then yeah, regardless of your intention, cool. I don't feel like he was actually out of control. You know.
I just think it's one of those ones where if luck is the only thing saving your opponent from a broken leg, you got to go, man. And this isn't his first time. He did it in the Champions League against Leverkusen. Same player, Pablo Barrios, you know. So he needs to work on his tackling technique. We've seen players improve that. I mean, Xhaka had bad technique when he came to England. Worked on it. Still got
he was just black when he came to England. And then so that's definitely what it's like. The refs that, you know, the moment Arteta came, was like, oh, actually, no, he's actually not. Actually, and,
but in the 10 minutes ago, Sorloth scored the equalizer, and you know, there was that. Barcelona hosts Rayo tomorrow, with a chance to take the lead in the league. So, yeah, Hansi Flick is such a smug guy. Just talking about you should know the difference between fuck off and fuck you. I'm like, go away, man.
Like, well, they asked him the question, what do you want him to say? Like, what's he supposed to do? Defend Jude for cursing in a language that he doesn't even speak? Like, come on, man.
He's German. He speaks English. Come on, man.
But it's not his language.
He doesn't respect English.
He doesn't respect English. Come on, man. He's still mad about. I mean, come on, man. Look at the fucking voting patterns in Germany, man. That nigga's mad as fuck, man. He don't like me. He don't like me. He don't like Coach. And then defend an English black man in Spain. Come on, man. Walk nonsense. There you go. That's it.
Real Sociedad hosted Betis, and Betis whooped their ass. They got 2 red cards. Geraldo Becker got one, just an idiot. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then Anthony scored a fucking, oh my God, wow, I cannot believe it.
Crazy volley. But I just want to say in Geraldo Becker's defense, yes, it was dumb. But if you were standing on the other side of Anthony scoring a goal like that, I'd lose my fucking shit too. I'd just start kicking it. Like, how is this nigga doing this? But just goes to show that club we're going to talk about soon.
It's cursed.
It is cursed.
And I'm going to tell you something. Anthony's got MVP 3 times, back to back to back.
That nigga left jail.
The only person who hasn't glowed up is Sancho, and we'll talk about him. But yeah, Mark Roca got a brace. And one of his goals, he rocked the shit out the net.
Like, yo, Isco cut his top knot. I feel some kind of way about that. Even though I think top knots are stupid, I feel like Isco is the kind of guy that deserves to get away with the top knot.
Yeah. Isco is very much the poster boy for, if I wasn't a footballer, I would be a transplant to a major city, like, you know, raising the house prices for poor, unfortunate people that live there their whole life.
So you say Isco would live in Bed-Stuy? Because I've seen a few Iscos in my neighborhood.
Yeah, he'd live in what do you call it, in Shoreditch over here, or like Hackney for sure. Okay. And he'd probably own a coffee shop that was somehow passed down to him from his granddad, even though he just bought it last week. So
over here, it'd be a brewery.
Yeah.
Microbrewery. But I want to make the very important point that the 2 most middle class looking ass niggas in European football are Isco and Chelsea Ketelara. And Isco clearly gets all the women that Chelsea Ketelara wants to get and can't, which is a shame.
Espanyol and Athletic Club. By the way, Old boy has only scored one goal. The Spanish Ghanaian boy has only scored one goal this season, by the way.
Nico Williams?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. He's a young player. You know,
Inconsistency. They're inconsistently consistent. That's what they are. Sanchez cannot stop scoring. And he scored with an equalizer away. So yeah. Do you think other clubs will bother with him?
Nico.
No.
Ohan Sunset.
Yeah.
He is giving me strong Aaron Ramsey vibes. That boy, like basically he plays as an attacking midfielder, and he scores every kind of goal. Has range for days. Has size. But the problem with these Bilbao Sociedad dudes is that they're Basque and they got that policy and shit, and whatever. I think Bilbao is actually harsher with it than Sociedad, right?
Oh yeah, facts, absolutely facts. Yeah.
So I feel like it's hard to. I mean, who was the last big player they sold? Herrera?
Herrera, I was
Probably,
gonna say.
yeah.
Herrera,
Yeah.
and did Munayin end up leaving?
No, he left. He left when he wasn't good enough, and he's still in Spain, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think he left their club like 2 seasons ago, maybe. So they just never let people go. It's a shame.
They recruit like their gangs in LA. Where your grandma stay at, nigga. Villarreal, Valencia was 1-1. Pacc scored a belter, an absolute ridiculous goal for the Yellow Submarines. And Umar Sadiq, he scored the equalizer.
Yeah, I mean, I was sad he left Sociedad. To be honest,
not. I don't want him to leave. I want him to leave my eyesight. That's what I want him to do.
Well, he's left to look at them now. Yeah.
I rate that guy. I think he has the tools. I think with him, it's been health, really. But he also just looks like he'll always get injured. He looks like a big man in the NBA. That's what he looks like to me.
So he's the dude the Lakers traded for.
Also Nigerian.
Exactly my point.
Williams is Nigerian. That's hilarious. But yeah, I want to shout out my boy Nico Pepe. He looked very sparky in this game. Mm-hmm. Very sparky, looking like himself again.
Yeah.
That yellow suits him. That yellow suits him quite well.
This happens when you have a black girlfriend. Can we get the standings?
Indeed, we can, sir. So, as you mentioned before, Barcelona can actually jump to first place. But Real Madrid on 51 points. So, and Atletico on 50 points. Barcelona with a game in hand, which they play tomorrow, on 48. Atletico Bilbao are on 45 in fourth place, and Villarreal on 41 points in fifth place.
I like those numbers. That's a good league. That's a good league.
Yeah. Let's go to France, Ligue 1, Toulouse. Every time I see Toulouse, the Yoruba me wants to say the first part every time. But they hosted PSG, and Fabian Ruiz scored. Little William Pacc got a header, and he rebounded. He was there. No Ousmane Dembele goal, but who cares? They're gonna win Ligue 1 anyway, right? So
yeah,
and they're through to the next round as well. So.
This is low key my favorite part of the season when we know Ligue 1 and Bundesliga are wrapped up because we can just do shorter reviews of each league. I'm like, hey man, let's talk about some shit that matters.
Marseille beat the shit out of Saint Etienne. Listen, Guerre scored one of the best goals this weekend. He scored an absolute belters. Hit the shit out of that. They demolished the hell out of them. But yeah, Saint Etienne's gonna get relegated. So.
That's a shame. That's a derby that's going away. Oh well.
Yeah. Monaco and Nantes. Okay, I love this game because Moses Simon had a really good assist, and then Nantes got a red card. Then Monaco scored 2, and then the second half they said, "You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something that parents do to their kids: belt to ass." They scored 5 goals in the second half. Your boy got a hat trick again, and Monaco was so rude. They said, "It's our gunner." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I don't mind that though. I legit don't mind that because it's done in good spirit, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also feel like they're one of our sister clubs. Yeah. Really? Arsene was the manager there. Henri,
Petit as well, actually. Bloody hell, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, our boy scored too. George Ilakina scored a brace.
And he cannot. Yeah, nice brace at the end there. Yeah, the header was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I love a diving header. I've never seen a diving header that wasn't dope. You can't score a bad diving header.
No.
I'm trying to remember the light-skinned dude that scored the goal for them because he did a celebration. I don't know why. I forgot his name because the celebration was so flagrant for Monaco.
Oh, wasn't that Kliush?
No, it wasn't.
Ben Seghir.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Ben Seghir did this celebration. Like he basically like put a joint in his mouth. Like,
he put a joint. He cut away from him so fast. I was like,
somebody
"No,
else,
y'all don't see it." It was too late.
somebody else did that as well. I'm trying to remember. It was 2 players. I think they were in France as well.
I feel like it might have been the Americans at Juventus that did some shit like that.
Maybe it was,
and Tim, that sounds like some shit.
I remember they did that. I'm not sure.
I just remember it was in one of the other European leagues, and it was 2 black boys. Was it Moise Keane?
Might have been.
Sounds like some shit. You know what's the fun?
Go on,
say, the funniest thing for me in football is realizing that there's like YNs in every country, and it makes me laugh.
It might have been Moise Keane, you know.
Like, I actually think it's happened more often than we've acknowledged it on the pod.
Yeah.
Because why would they acknowledge something like that? That's some everyday shit, to be honest. It was the fact that they cut away from it at the wrong point. It was like, you either stay with it or you cut away way before that. Because it was so obvious what was about to happen. You know, so.
Yeah, this shit was hilarious. Ren, they hosted Leo and got beat 2-0. Bryce Samba saved the penalty from Chuba Akpom in the first half. Chuba Akpom also had a goal disallowed. But the real story, actually, no, we'll get to the real story later. Christopher Wu got a red card in 2 minutes left. When I think of Christopher Wu, I think of Pop Smoke.
I do. RIP Pop Smoke, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Such a shame.
Such a shame.
Bentleb scored the first, and this is a beautiful story. Bentleb is a local boy to Lille. 8 months ago, he had cardiac arrest, and he was probably going to retire. And then he came back today and scored a goal, and it was just beautiful to see like the scenes of like this guy came back. And then Chuba Akpom redeemed himself. I wanted to bring up Chuba Akpom because we talked about Umar Sadiq. I think Chuba should be the national team soon. I believe that, but you know, it's neither here nor there. So that's all.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one place Nigeria don't need strikers, don't need positions, it's definitely a striker. So, yeah. Tosin, go back to your day job and recommend some midfielders. Like,
recommend some standings, nigga.
Oh, you know what? You remember I told you guys about Crisantes Uche, who plays in LaLiga, right?
Yeah, for Getafe.
Yeah, he's about to get a call up.
Oh,
he deserves. He actually scored this week. We didn't have him on the roundup, but he did score a goal this week in a win for Getafe over Girona. So
yeah, he has a top knot too, but with locks. Can we get the standings and get out of France?
PSG, as we know, are 10 points ahead of Marseille in second place, 56 to 46 points respectively. Nice and Monaco are on 40 points in third and fourth place, and Lille on 38 points in fifth place. And a bonus, Lyon are only 2 points behind them in sixth place on 36 points.
And Shirky got another assist this week, by the way.
Very nice. Yo, real quick, what did Lille do in the Champions League? Are they in the playoffs? Or did they qualify direct?
They qualified direct.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We're going to England now in the Premier League. Brighton and Chelsea.
Boo, nigga, boo. I don't want to talk about this shit. All right, let's do it. Okay. All right.
Brighton and Chelsea. This was a stupendous hate watch. Thomas' goal, right? When I saw Thomas' goal, I was just like, you know what? Damn, Trevor.
And you know what's great? When it happened on Friday, I thought to myself, that's the goal of the weekend. And by now, I'm just like, I don't even fucking know. But it was really good. It was the goal that was most like Dennis Bergkamp. So I suppose that means a lot to us, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Chalobah, man, Bele. You're going to be a highlight forever.
I feel for Chalobah because they brought him back to Chelsea just for him to play with Levi Colwill. Like, do you know how rough that is? You're playing with Mark Gahey, like
man,
an actual
a homophobe, you know, a real nigga.
But like, you know, a good defender, and then now you're playing next to Chris Brown. Like, it's mental. Like,
yeah, let me see if you can run it.
First of all, Chris Brown's like a light-skinned dark nigga, okay? He's playing next to Aaron Pierre. That's what he's playing next to.
No, it's mad. Like, I don't get what he's good at. Like, he was talked up so much when he was at Brighton and shit. I was just like, I've never seen it with him. Go on.
Light skin privilege. That's what it is. Because the nigga pretty.
I think so. I'm not here to just wail on the dude, but he's not good.
I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Like, when we were putting this agenda together today, I was gonna put in a Levi Colwill section. Then I thought to myself, it's Black History Month. I'm gonna chill on this nigga.
No,
but he was so fucking shit in this game that you guys are right to call him out for this shit. Like, he was terrible. pass into midfield on his third goal, like that was the softest shit I've seen from a central defender in ages. It was Mustafi levels bad. Like, come on, man. Like, are you a club? I mean, he's a youth product of this club, correct? Well, you know what? They don't got no spirit. It don't matter. It's Chelsea. Fuck him.
Shamar Moore's not even that light skinned. That's crazy.
Like, how you just gonna fall down because someone grab your arm a little bit like that? Like, if you're gonna fall, boot the ball.
Yeah. Or just handball it, you know. Just like handball it like you're expecting the free kick. Like players do that all the time, and that's they buy free kicks every week because of that. Rest like, well, am I gonna give a handball for that? You know what I'm saying? So
and this isn't something you have to learn at the pro level. Like kids do this shit. You know, it was soft.
I did it last week.
Levi Colwood though, he got that G-Wagon.
Jakub Menta scored a brace. Danny Welbeck's looking very spry. So good showing. So,
yeah, he'd be great at United.
He would. But guess what? We'll get there. Leicester, they hosted Arsenal, and Arsenal didn't have a striker, but guess what they did have? They have a Mikel Merino.
No, we don't. We have Ronaldo. That's weird.
The Arsenal edition is out now. Please go listen to that, and Coach's edition. Please go listen to those two. But yeah, I mean, I saw Raheem Sterling, and I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, why is Raheem Sterling?" Because like he made his debut at 16 years old. Shut the fuck up, please. Okay, like, and he's a Jamaican man on top of that. Like, you know, it is what it is.
Jamaican man today, Englishman tomorrow. We've seen it all before.
Outside my club, day after tomorrow. You know, all due respect. Like, I'm hoping Arteta can get something out of this guy, but that was, you know, we don't want to do this. We want to be talking about people doing great shit all the time, but that was. That was one of those performances, man. That was like Eboué getting booed off levels of bad. That's what that reminded me of. Like, I feel like if it was at the Emirates, they might have booed him because Arsenal fans are fucking weird sometimes. You know?
No, we're crap mostly. But I think we've kind of moved past it. Oh, no, actually, I don't actually want to give us too much.
You haven't.
We haven't moved past that. We haven't.
But I do want to give flowers to Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri, especially Ethan. Ethan is a 17-year-old who really has a farm in Enugu. That's really what he is. He's a grown-ass man. He's really spiritually a 57-year-old man who has a farm in Enugu, and that's what he is.
Bro, like, I saw some social media content from rival fans about this boy, and honestly, like, put it this way, it took way too long for Saka to get his props from rival fans. People are already talking about Ethan crazy. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all should know better. Y'all should be hate watching this shit. People can't even hate this boy. It's so undeniable with him. He's incredible.
And we'll talk about this with United, but it goes to my point about academy players. Like, he came through in like the right way. Like, they properly make sure he had the right levels for him to like not fail. You know, even today when I'm seeing United, we'll talk about that later, but it's just like, you don't want to throw your kids into the fire yet. You know, like, even Miles is not really a left back. He's a center midfielder, but they're putting this and get used to the men's game. But shout out to Arsenal. This is too much Arsenal praise anyway.
I'll just round it off with this, is that a little controversial here, but I do just have a couple of reservations about Miles and Nwaneri, and it's absolutely nothing to do with their quality and anything like that, because they're going to be great regardless. But there's a little guy, genuinely a little guy in Manchester, and he's having a hard time. He's having a very, very hard time right now. And part of the reason why I feel like he's having a hard time personally on the pitch, forget his team, is because he came up in such, I want to say,
I know what you're talking about.
Artificially. Artificially.
20 minutes later.
I just
really don't shit on. Come on, man. Yeah. You know what's about to happen here.
Yeah, but artificially inflated, good conditions and shit. And when it got real, like actually real kind of thing, he looks like a fish out of water. He has no idea what's happening. And while I'm not saying that will be the case for Miles and Nwaneri, because they'll never be as a footballer, you're gonna have ups and downs kind of thing. I'm just kind of holding out hope that they get enough experience where they can, you know, handle themselves when things aren't going well. Because that boy genuinely looks like a youth player right now. Like,
Dean,
I would like to say this in response to that, Coach. I have no concerns about that with either one of them, because the only reason why they're playing as much as they're playing is because the team is in crisis. Arsenal had so many injuries, and somehow guys that we didn't think they'd get this many minutes. We thought they'd get minutes this season because we knew from preseason that they'd earned it. But we didn't think they'd actually be into. These are starters for Arsenal right now.
Yeah,
Calafiori is Miles's backup. Ethan is he's the attacker we're relying on right now until something else happens. He created the goal for Merino yesterday that broke that game open. So these guys are carrying a team at a young age. Phil never had to do that. He never had to do that. He was just
I wasn't talking about Phil. I was talking about Jason McAtee. I mean, it goes to show, you know.
But here's the thing, though. Jason McAtee scored and Phil didn't. Let's go to Fulham and Nottingham Forest, the Snapchat derby, because I remember Iwobi and I know was just squaring against each other. It's like, you niggas got to see each other in 2 weeks, right? In Abuja, right? You know that, right? So, anyways, Smith Rowe scored a really nice header. That was beautiful. Adama Traore looks like a security guard. Like if you ever look outside, like he looks like an act like with his big stuffy stuff.
Did he still do that weird baby old shit?
No.
Listen. Okay, be respectful to Adama Traore. Okay, Baby Earl did not get weird until Diddy got arrested. Okay, so it was fine until like 6 months ago. All right.
And the thing is, Adama Traore is dark skinned again, so he got his powers back.
Correct.
Chris Wood, he's probably the second greatest striker to ever come from the New Zealand Australia area. The first is Mark Viduka.
Oh no, man! I feel like Chris Wood does way less coke than Mark Viduka. I don't know. He's just in a slightly not as good team. Like Chris Wood is better than that fat motherfucker.
Hey, chill out. Not too much on Mark Viduka. We're not doing that.
Not better than Mark Viduka.
I don't like that nigga. I don't like that nigga. You heard me? I don't like him.
Yeah, he banged it on our heads a couple of times, but that boy.
God, this nigga gonna talk about it too. Fuck you.
He was great, man.
Yeah.
So good.
He was really good.
He was great, wasn't he? He was like, yeah.
You don't hate players that stink, unless they're Jonathan David, but whatever.
Chris Wood got an equalizer. Because Calvin Bassey was low-key at fault for that goal a little bit. I wouldn't say all the way, but just a little bit, But Calvin Bassey redeemed himself with a header, his first goal. Calvin Bassey's just too strong, man. That nigga just like, why are you so strong? Like, he just plays with Agidi all the time. But, yeah, shout out to Calvin Bassey scoring the winner. So,
did you see the post afterwards? And they had, like, England, Nigeria. And all I could see was quite literally 4 black men.
With Smith Rowe. Yeah. That's the black man there. Yeah. Aston Villa and Ipswich was 1-1. Villa went down to 10 men. 10-man Ipswich at home. Liam Delap is hotter than fish grease right now. That boy is. Listen,
I think we spoke about it before, but like,
I was going to say you've been talking about him for years, actually. So I mean, wasn't he at City's Academy?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but there's been this talk about. I think it was probably a couple of years ago at this point. We were talking about, Evan Ferguson would already be a United player by now and shit. Like, and technically he would if Alex Ferguson was still around. But the same goes for Liam Delap as well. Like. That's who would be his strike force, basically. And then he'd have Declan Rice holding down the midfield with
Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, with Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers. That would be Alex Ferguson's team right there.
I feel like Tommy Robinson's about to enter the chat. Like it just got real chilly in my room. Like, man, that's a very powerfully racist team. Like, I'm like, what happened to Cole and York? Oh my God. Crackers everywhere. Oh,
sorry. Lee Gunner just walked into my apartment. But yeah, Aston Villa ended up scoring the equalizer. Marcus Rashford crashed the crossbar with a free kick, and Ollie Watkins tapped it in.
He looked sharp. I can't even lie to you, but I think
Marcus in it.
Yeah, but we have to also, if he didn't look sharp yesterday, then there'd be alarm bells. I think because down to 10 men, Ipswich are not that good kind of thing. But it's good anyway. He did what needed to be done, and I'm so flipping pleased for him, man. So pleased for him.
Yeah, he still looks weird in those colors, though.
Yeah, I'm not accepting it. He has to retire at United. I'm not accepting it.
You know what? United's gonna retire before he retires. That finished. We are going to be playing against Plymouth Argyle next year.
No, you won't, because they're getting relegated too.
Oh man, I'm about to go watch United and Charlton. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Man City and Newcastle. Eddie Howe loves to just, let Pep take him to dinner and wine and dine him and get fucked over. They lost 4-0. The other Egyptian, I'm not saying his name no more in this podcast. He scored a hat trick. Savinho looked good.
That double nutmeg, yeah. Whew. Whew.
Rude. Very rude. Very, very
rude.
rude.
Do you know what? I have a hot take here. And
say it.
Please don't shoot me down here. But City should win the league if no other team's player can do that between now and the end of the season. As far as I'm concerned. Because ain't nobody doing that shit again. This is what we pay. This is what we pay to watch football for, guys.
Hey man,
that
listen, Joshua Zirk is gonna hear you and take that person.
No, like that shit was incredible, man. But Newcastle fans, I just want to know, like, are you happy with that? You are surely happy with that, like, surely you're happy with that, somehow it affects Arsenal.
That's pan Arab unity, of course.
Yeah, exactly. But somehow you bend over for Man City will somehow affect Arsenal, right? Because that's what all you losers care about at this point. You know. So yeah.
Haaland's not injured, by the way. He just ate a big ass steak after the game. Talk about the 1-5. He's truly just a caveman.
Okay, that's good because that looks scary since they have. I think Real Madrid is going to do them regardless, but without him, as much as he doesn't contribute to their general play or whatever, without him, they don't really stand a chance at the moment. But then again, Omar Mamouche, he did score a hat trick. So, oh, my bad. I said his name. Fuck. Anyway, I wanted to give a shout to, and I hate to do this to a City player, but I don't think it's a mistake that this is the best they've looked in a minute. Because I know Eddie Howe is a bit of a bitch for Pep, but City still looked okay.
That midfielder they got looked solid.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Nico Gonzalez, his debut, and he held shit down. It's really incredible to see how much better City looks when they have one midfielder that can run. Not even a Rodri, just one that can run and stand in the right spots. So it might be long for other people this season. For the end, we've seen them twice. We're good. The rest of y'all, good luck.
That's exactly what I was thinking. But I have a hot take here, and I think Rodri is coming back to City obviously next season. And I think he's going to come back as a centre back, basically, because the ACL is going to ACL basically, but he's still good enough to play at a top level where he doesn't have to cover as much ground, and he's passing out the back, all of that sort of thing. Or he might just turn into the John Stones role, basically, where he plays next to Gonzalez instead. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually very sensible. I think you put him 10 yards back on the pitch to save his legs a little bit when you need to use him. Maybe easier games, say like a Ipswich at home type game. Push him a little bit further forward. Then big game, drop him further back,
Or United at home.
Southampton. You won't be there, bro. Plymouth Argyle, nigga, remember?
Southampton hosted Bournemouth, and Bournemouth continued an excellent season. They beat Southampton, beat the shit out of them.
Derby as well. So.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know how we're talking about Bochum, Schalke, and Dortmund? Southampton, Portsmouth, and Bournemouth.
Holy shit. Yeah. They fell off bad.
Yeah, we won't see them next year.
You too? Yeah, I was going to say, I thought when you said Derby, I thought this was going to be the Aaron Ramsdale Derby. Because he played for both, and he was really good in this game. Shame his team chopped 3 regardless, but,
Southampton's coach put, what's it called, deeper on the pitch, like a deep line playmaker, Joe Aribo, and I turned the game off so fast. It's like, what are you doing?
I saw 1 or 2 good moments. I'm not saying he should do it again. I'm just saying.
I said I don't want to see it. So West Ham hosted.
Turn your TV off.
West Ham hosted Brentford and they lost. So yeah, Kevin Schade scored, and they should have scored more, but hey.
Yeah, they had a couple disallowed. Even on that first one, it should have been 3 goals at once, to be honest. But Titty Boy did a good job. But yeah, I mean, this was actually not a great performance. This looked bad for what's his name, Potter. Like it's kind of one that has you looking at him like, are you actually going to do anything here? But Ferguson looked good. He created the one good chance they had in this game that Kudus put over the bar. So glad to see him playing again because he's one of my favorite young players for sure.
Yeah, Crystal Palace hosted Everton. Game was very entertaining. Carlos Alcaraz got the winner in the last minute. I think there's something very funny about a 40-year-old Ashley Young coming on and still looking young. So it's very funny to me.
I mean, he kind of made the difference, didn't he? Like he came on and assisted on the goal, So
shout out to him. David Moyes has made Everton survive. They have 4 wins and a draw from 6.
Yeah, that's incredible form, man. And I don't know if they keep him on next season, but I think he deserves to manage a team with that brand shiny new stadium. I think he's earned it.
I think they kind of have to, because I mean, they might do something. Like remember, was it Nigel Atkins got sacked for Pacc?
Yeah.
Or like Gary O'Neill getting binned for Yarola. Sometimes that kind of shit makes sense, but I feel like Everton is kind of club where, they're kind of vibey. They're a little vibey. They just lost their stadium, and he's arguably one of their greatest ever managers, even though he's never won a league. But it was a different era of the club, So they gotta keep him. Like I think it's just good for the vibes. Then you bring someone else in after.
Yeah, and then like who else is going to open up the stadium but Sir David Moyes? He has to be the one.
Is he a sir?
No, but
to me,
to us, no, it's facts. Because they've been giving out some sirs to some idiots, man. He definitely deserves one, man.
Yeah, David Moyes, MBE. Liverpool Wolves. This game was scrappy. It's an ugly game. Liverpool got their 3 points. Whatever, man.
Good for you.
Cunha's goal was really good though.
That boy, nice.
Well, he's locked into a death row contract, so yeah. You know what makes me laugh about him the most is the fact that he was all flexing like, yeah, I'm staying. Like, brother, you didn't want to stay. You still don't want to stay. Like, don't do all that. Like, fans aren't dumb. Like, don't do that dumb shit, man.
It's like that meme of he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but that meme where the guy's like holding the sandwich like that.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I feel with him. It's like, bro, okay, if you want to be at Wolves, be at Wolves. Then.
Yeah,
okay.
Like the dude with the small dog is trying to make the dog look hard. Like
that kind of thing. Like Wolves, bro. Like, what you gonna do? Bark at niggas? Okay, cool, whatever. You're still taking these L's.
Yeah. Wolves howl, nigga. There is one more game, but anyways, let's get the standings, please.
So,
nah. This nigga trying to duck the smoke.
Nah, it was a good pump fake. That's all that was.
I considered it. It would have been hilarious. I did consider it. But I'm sorry, yeah. Spurs haven't won at home since like November, like mid-November. Right?
Wait, hold on. Before you do this, Manchester United edition is out by the time you guys hear this. Tommy and I talked about it. So go ahead. Yeah.
Go listen to that. Go share, subscribe, and comment. Let's talk about this shit on the interwebs. But
let's make fun of these niggas.
But
I'll join you.
They haven't won a game at home since like mid-November, I want to say, and they haven't kept the clean sheet. I think for even longer than that, if I remember correctly. And for that to happen on this day against Man United, I'm here to say, Man United fans, I have been there before. We have been there before, where you help a team out of their funk because you stink even worse than them. No, seriously, by far and away, these two, relative to resource and standing and whatever, but United and Tottenham are by far the most underperforming teams in the league. There isn't even a competition. There isn't. We talk about City being shit.
I still think Chelsea are worse. Fuck Chelsea.
That is true. That is true. But it's like, yeah. You know. Let's add them into the mix as well. Chelsea, United, and Tottenham are the most underperforming teams in the league. I don't think it's crazy saying that. But what's disappointing, I think, if I was a Tottenham or United fan, is the fact that there's been a lot of promises being made, and there's been a lot of media PR sort of pieces about, we're doing this thing and doing that thing, kind of, Tottenham, they're hosting all these great events, bringing extra revenue into the club, whatever, blah blah.
Do you want to laugh? To buttress your point, I'm watching the game, right, and I see Beyonce's tour announced on the side of Tottenham Stadium. I'm just like, nice.
Exactly. Most people like are looking at that thinking, Tottenham in the summer they should be able to do this, should be able to do that. You're still carting around a funeral home, Heung-min Son, and you should have been upgraded. Like last summer was the time to bring in somebody else like huge. Like you've had that stadium for how many years now? 2 years, 3 years? Like there's just it's really, really bad. And I get the injury situation and everything like that. But some of these backups and shit, it's just not for what Tottenham should be doing. In regards to United, I was saying it before we started recording, just expect pain and just endure it. Like that's what it is. Go on.
Ruben Amorim started. He said it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. He literally told him that.
He wasn't lying, but I'm speaking from experience when I say when you can see shit just being bad, it's all well and good being upset and expecting better, which you can kind of thing, but you have to kind of accept that you're still playing Harry Maguire. And I like Harry Maguire, by the way, but you're still playing Harry Maguire. You know, you're still using a completely gassed out Bruno. Casemiro is still there. Casemiro should have gone this summer. 100% should have gone.
He shouldn't even join in the first place.
Yeah, Ericsson is still on the books. There is so much surgery to be done to United that I don't even want to say that Ralph Rangnick was right at this point, because the United he was talking about then was way better than this United. And you know, so he might even come back and say, you know what, guys, we might have to just euthanize you because there's no saving you. Basically, that's how bad it's gotten since he made that comment.
I want to add to your point about Harry Maguire and De Ligt, because they're both two Tonka trucks that can't move. There was a chance in the second half where he ran and Maguire literally tried to turn his body to try and run, and Maguire looked stuck. Like he literally looked stiff. I'm like, damn, this is trash. But I mean, I wrote this season off a long time ago. I'm just laughing at United fans just crying every day. I was like, why can't this manager get better? I'm just like, so who do you want to bring in then? Go ahead. Tell me who on the market do you want to bring in? Like, I was talking to some United fan about, he was like, oh, I want better from the manager. Like, what was it? We've cussed these players out every single week, but you want a miracle from the manager. Where in that brain of yours does that make any sense that you tell us every week that these players are shit, but you want the manager to see them every single day to make miracles? Like, you want lemonade, but you want lemonade from piss. I don't understand. Like, what are we doing? Like,
yo, man, you can't crack jokes like that with a do-rag on. Now we look like some fucking convicts, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? Piss lemonade. What's wrong with you, man? You know, I will say this. Yes, everything you guys have said is right. Honestly, there's nothing else to say, really. Like, you just got to be patient. It's going to get. Honestly, I have this. It's a conspiracy theory of sorts, but I feel like Sir Jim just kind of want to crash this shit anyway. You know, then maybe buy this shit on the cheap for full, then maybe invest. And if that involves a relegation, that's fine. You know, because 15th is crazy, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck what's going on at United. It is February, and they're 15th in the table. Like, bro, I couldn't even imagine some shit like this. Like, we've joked about, like, relegation feels like more of a possibility than United being 15th. That's how weird it feels.
Yeah.
And here's the thing with me, right? It's like, I'm so calm because I'm just like, you know what? When I'm seeing Anthony score goals like that, and I'm seeing Teran Malacia doing well at PSV, I'm like, maybe the club is cursed. You know what? Maybe it is. And maybe the women are right that, you know what? When you have a bunch of men together, a club named Men United, maybe men together shouldn't be right. Maybe women might be right, because these niggas are just trash. I don't like. I'm just watching them, just like, man, this is garbage.
That was utter woke nonsense, because I feel like you're skipping the main issue here. Like, men are never the issue. Okay, we run the world. Okay, we're never the issue. The issue is that your club is named after the devil. Okay, fix that one first. Fix your spiritual issue before you move to your physical one. Then maybe God will look kindly on you and your people.
You know, let me just double check here, because, you know, no disrespect.
As you're checking, last thing, Pacc looks solid. I see why they signed him over other left wing backs, but man, Garnacho was looking at him like, I do not want to pass to this nigga at all.
But, well, you know, that's Garnacho for you. You know, he's like the Nazi Januzaj or some shit. I don't
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just had to double check. Okay, United are 12 points above relegation, so you're safe. But
now.
Yeah, but I didn't even think. In my head, when they kept saying, "Oh, United are 13th, they're 15th," I was thinking, yeah, but they're miles above relegation. Like, the league's quite tight, kind of thing. But no, like, you're closer to relegation than you are to the top four. Like, what?
It's weird, man.
Like, weird. That is actually. I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm actually seeing this and acknowledging this year.
You know what Malcolm X said, right? Yeah. That chickens don't come home to roost. We've been avoiding a such thing like this for a very long time. We've been getting away with a lot of bullshit, but guess what? The buck stops here, buddy. You got to eat your medicine. This shit has been teetering for a very long time. Like, under Ragnick, it looked bad. Under every single manager we had, to look bad. Mourinho, whatever. But, you know, we somehow got out of the slumps. But this right here, this is hard food. We ain't got no money. Nobody's come save you, and I love it. Generally, for me personally, I love seeing United fans gnash teeth, because it makes me go to sleep at night even better. Because I'm like, generally speaking, like, this shit has been coming for a very long time. Like, What do you mean? We've been literally using the credit card to buy players, and now we owe money. That's what you get. You know, you do dumb shit.
I even read the article on that. You know, you guys are still paying for certain players right now.
That's not even on the books anymore.
Yeah,
that's normal though, right?
No, but I'm saying, but the players are literally not even on the books right now. Like, that's nuts.
Who's the oldest player United is still paying for?
Probably Johnny Evans. We got him for free. And we
No, not age wise. I mean, like.
Oh contract. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Are they still paying for like Ander Herrera or some shit like that?
No, not Ander Herrera, but maybe
had so
Cavani.
He's
Cavani was free. Or was he free? But I feel like players from that era, they're still paying for basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when people within the club and outside of the club won't be patient.
Mm-hmm.
So patience is what's required now. You just got to take your medicine. It's going to be a while. It's going to get worse, but that's basically the point. That's all we're going to say until we see the green shoots, and we're far from the green shoots.
I'll be real, dude. There's a world where United next season with no Europe, quite literally one game a week for the entire year, they shoot right back up the table because I
could see that, but
don't.
What is the goal? What do United want to do? Like, it's Man United, right? They're supposed to be winning leagues and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So how far are we away from that, you think?
How far? I think, I'm gonna be honest and say United could be back challenging if they do the right things. United can be back challenging within 3 to 4 years. The club is still huge, and they'll United will find a way to get good players. So,
do we think that's dependent on them building that stadium?
No, I don't think so. Right. United still have the biggest club stadium in the country, so the revenue's still there, even though you got rats and whatever else. But
please respect Bruno.
Hyena.
Please respect Bruno. Relax, please. Yeah. Like, I'll tell you this much: if Patrick Dorgu wasn't Igbo, he would not be there.
That is true. One more thing, actually. Speaking of Igbo niggas, Chido Obi made his debut today.
Oh, congratulations, son!
So. Yeah, he has been 100% vindicated for leaving Arsenal, regardless of the circumstances. He left for first team minutes, clearly, and he got them. So
he got a minute.
Yeah. So
he got 2.
Yeah, you can't hate on a guy that backed himself.
Shout out to Trina for that song.
He saw Hoyland, he saw Zerk. He's like, I'm better than these guys.
These niggas is food.
Yeah, I'm out of it, Arsenal. I can't compete with Sir Kai. Like, fuck out of it, man. But I'm definitely better than these guys. So yeah, well played for him doing that. Hope he does well, to be honest.
Quickly, Deen, Deen and coach for you quickly. I know we spent way too much time on United. We damn near did another whole fucking podcast about United. But how do you guys feel about like the kids not playing? Like I was not bothered whatsoever.
Couldn't care less, man. Couldn't care less.
Like, do you want my true opinion or my fake opinion?
I want your true opinion.
My true opinion is that I agree with all the angry fans on the internet that think that these kids should be dumped into this toxicity, because if you can ruin a whole generation of youth players for no fucking reason, that will make me as an Arsenal fan even happier about Man United's shitty fucking future. Like, fucking be patient. They weren't going to solve any issues. This was a pure, all the vets get to play 90 minutes type game. Like, if you can do it, you're doing it, because you're not exposing children to this shit. Like, I mean, like, look at what fucking Tottenham have been dealing with, because they've been playing their kids into the dirt. You know, it's not going to work. Okay. Don't, be patient. Like, the excitement you're going to get from seeing a player you haven't seen before is not good for the club or for the kid's career. So just fucking relax.
Thank you. Anyways, can we get the standings and get the fuck out of Manchester? It's cold.
Liverpool on 60 points in first place, but not for long. Arsenal second on 53 points. Nottingham Forest are on 47 points. And then City are on 44 points.
Where's Bournemouth?
Bournemouth are only a point behind City.
Okay.
In fifth place on 43. But Chelsea are tied with them on 43 as well. And Newcastle are in seventh. Hopefully they stay. This is as high as Newcastle go this season. Hopefully, they're in seventh for 41 points. So
they got some tough games coming. Newcastle.
Yeah, they got Liverpool. They got Liverpool soon. They still got to come to us as well. They got Forest down to us. Yeah, is it Forest as well? Yeah. So I'm hoping that they're absolutely dog shit in all of those games apart from the Liverpool one. So yeah.
We do have Champions League again this week. Second leg of the playoff. Milan Feyenoord Feyenoord up 1-0. Benfica, Monaco, Atalanta Club Brugge, Bayern Celtic, Dortmund Sporting, Madrid City, PSG Titty, and PSV and Juventus. So exciting times for football this week. So yeah. Anything you want to add?
All those games.
Every last one.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add before we get out of here?
No, not at all. Chris Wood is on 18 goals, so that's mental.
Baller. How many Haaland got?
19.
What we talking about, man? Mark Viduka wasn't doing that. Fuck out of here, bro.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, share this with your mom, your dad, everybody you can.
Put it in your stories, man.
Yeah, do all of that. Put on your TikToks, all that. But for us, we're out. Everyone take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, folks, this is Deen from the Shirtless Plantain Show. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow us on all our socials. You can see them right beneath our recordings in every video. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.